Well, well, well. This will be my first full gear ride in 2025. It's February 3rd. So I'm gonna make this part of my training. And I don't know how many miles I'm gonna ride, but yeah, my bike is fully geared, full gear, and yeah, this'll let me know what kind of shape I'm in. Because I mean, the Peloton's fine, but it's definitely not the same as riding a bike, and then you got your whole bike geared down. So, but the trail looks a little wet, but not terrible. So the way they packed at the C&O now. So yeah, I'm at Noland's Ferry, and I'm gonna head just gonna head towards Brunswick. Probably try to ride to either the campground or Catoctin Bridge, and then I'll just turn around. But just an easy ride on this chilly afternoon. They said it was supposed to be like between 50 and 60, but if down here by the river and the towpath, it feels in the 40s, but that's fine. All right, this is Mountain Mojo out. Man, there's actually seen two boats out here on the river. I'm like, man, shit, I'm cold on the bike. Imagine being on the water. But so I got these gloves. This is a good test because these gloves are okay, but for riding I can actually feel my fingertips cold. So I do have these Columbia gloves. They got that Omni heat. Of course I would definitely bring those. And then if I decide to do a winter trip, I might have to invest in those booties that go over your shoes, because I can feel my toes a little bit. But this is, like I said, this is a good test. Just doing a little bit on the canal right now. And boy, I tell you, man, wintertime, it's just amazing how much you can see everything clear as day on the canal, on to the left between the river. But yeah, luckily there's no wind. And wind would even make it worse. And this jacket I have, it's a North Face 550. It's okay. I have one that I have a 600, and I also have the Columbia Omni heat, but that might be too much. But I will probably bring it just in case and just pack it. But I'm gonna show you this campsite. Yeah, you don't wanna gotta be careful on this track up here. These are live tracks. And live, I mean freight train and MARC train and Amtrak. So take a look. Yeah, as you see, I'll show you that. I definitely got my bike loaded. Probably two. This is the, and here I got the zero bag. As you see, it takes up a lot of room, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be cold at night, or you will be rotisserie around that campfire. So I'll take you up to the tracks here. Okay, so west, that's towards Cumberland, east towards DC, and there's a campsite up here, campground. I forget the name of it, but yeah, they got no trespassing. So I took a look one time up there. I'm not gonna go ahead and go up there, but it's a lot of property up there though. But yeah, anyway, seen a few bicyclists out here, so I'm not the only fool. All right, we get on back to the trail. Point of Rocks is not that much further, heading up yonder west. All right, let's Mount Mojo out. The trail it's wet and it's sloppy. And finally the snow melted off this stuff, but it's sloppy, but it's not terrible. Just outside Point of Rocks. Technically this is Point of Rocks, but it would be nice if they had, and I know I always say this in these videos, but it would be nice if they had more picnic tables. I mean, come on. For the last 15 to 20 years, this trail has gotten so populated, and you know, once the season hits, I mean, God, man, some of these sites could have like between 10 and 20 people sometimes, you know. So I would at least say, if the bigger ones like this, I mean, you could have an extra table, or maybe put 3 out here. So yeah, but this is an okay spot. I mean, the only problem I don't like is the parking lot is about a mile away. That's one thing I don't really like about this site, but I do like it, but it's not like one of my favorites. And if you cut over the hill and down the river, there's some spots down there to camp. Laid the hammock up there a few times, but yeah, it's quiet right now. I'd probably say if I was going to be out here around 5:05, something like that. I know the Capital Limited comes through. Heading to Chicago. Anyway, all right, Mount Mojo out. If it was 60 to 70 degrees, this parking lot would be packed. Now I'm in Point of Rocks. So, give you a story. See that house right there? That was actually a liquor store back in the day. And that actually had gas in it. So I'm talking 1996. Us crazy fools. Of course, most of us were in our 20s. We came out here and we knew all of this was underwater. There used to be a phone booth right by that sign, right in front of the store. It's not there anymore. The phone booth was underwater. It was almost over that roof of that little, called Big Bellies now. I guess it's not the Jamaican spot. I don't know what that is. We camped up there, so there's a trail that goes up on the hills. And we camped up there, and it was January. My God, you talk about fools. I mean, I swear it must have been like 0 degrees out, probably even like minus something. Bro, froze our ass off all night. When we wake up the next day, it was sunny, and all you saw was the Potomac was so high. We saw trailers going down the river that just was getting washed away. It was crazy, man. When we ended up parking on 15 up here, we parked further up just to make sure that you know, we were out of harm's way. But it was wild, man. But yeah, camping in that kind of weather, hell no, I'll never do that again. That is too cold for me. But all this is just so different. The guy used to own a house where the pavilion is. So this guy used to be somebody's land, and the park ended up buying him out, from what I heard. This, like I said, this is, man, you're talking a long time ago. And regular parking lot over here, there used to be 2 houses there, but from all the floods, well, I think there was a flood in, I knew, 96, and I can't remember after that, but yeah, it was crazy, man. Anyway, little history of Point of Rocks here. And further down, there's a gas station and a store and a pizza and all that. And that's where the MARC train station is over there. So anyway, hi. Let me get back. About Mojo out. Yeah, I was telling you earlier, so that's 15. That's going into Virginia towards Leesburg. But yeah, so back in the day, this was somebody, there was a house. I don't remember exactly. They probably changed this whole parking lot around back in the day, but there used to be a house right there, and I thought there was another one over there. So, because back in the day, you used to be able to park under 15. So, yeah. Anyway, here's my Mojo out. I do have to bring this up. So, I know I brought this up before, but I had to take my bike to, I just wanted them to look everything over. And they put a new cassette on there. And I tell you, this bike rides so much smoother. I took out the tube. I took out the tubeless. I decided not to go with tubeless, and I have tubes. And I haven't been on this bike in over a month. It's been sitting in my garage, and the tires are still full. Even with all the cold, I mean, we've had some pretty cold weather. So you figure the tires would deflate, but nope, they were still in good shape. And yeah, I got these Surly's Extraterrestrials, so they're pretty nice. So I'm happy with it. But yeah, the bike, it just rides so much smoother now. Now it's just for me to get in shape. So Peloton's good, it's better than nothing, but you definitely got to get out there. Even if you're gonna ride for 5 or 6 miles or so, just put all your gear on there anyways, you know, that way you just start to get used to it again. Because I know some areas are, people don't want to get out there because it's too freaking cold, and I don't blame you. I don't know, the older I get, man, it don't get easy. My co-worker, he rides the roads, so he lives up northern part of Maryland, and he told me he rode on Saturday and Sunday. And nah, I was out there Sunday, not riding, but I was just out there hiking with the dog, and I'm like, yeah, this is cold, man. It's too cold for me. So Mount Mojo's getting wimpy. That's okay though. All right, it's Mount Mojo out. Trains. Well, I am done with my short trip. Good enough. At least I got out here. Back to Noland's Ferry. No camping here, by the way. Yeah. All right. Back to my baby. It's the Mountain Mojo out on another adventure.